So I find myself in a position where I have to do something that I really did not intend to do. And the only reason why I'm doing it now is because Erica has had her chance to address the nation, which, by the way, I was extraordinarily proud of her. A lot of people have been asking me, because of our work with Bible in 365 and the closeness and love that I have for my little brother Charlie and Erica, why I haven't said anything. The reason why isn't all that relevant, to be honest with you. There's a lot of great reasons why. There's a lot of wonderful people that are out there sharing all kinds of amazing thoughts about Charlie. And quite frankly, Charlie's work speaks for itself. And there will come a time where I will speak more about so much of that man's life, because we're never going to let his life be forgotten. But I will say this one thing, because I feel like many people are looking for direction. They're looking for wisdom. And instead of talking about how amazing of a man Charlie was, which, by the way, he was, I've always been very proud of him as my little brother. And yeah, it's been an extraordinary loss this week. I can't even think about it. We told our children today about Charlie. I wonder how it must have felt for Erica when she told her babies. Anyway, I told myself I wasn't going to do this. The emotional side of it. I want to just bring up one thing. And I don't want anybody to forget this, because this is the cry of my heart right now. This is what is screaming, literally screaming in my heart. I think of the story of Joseph. Joseph was a godly man from a very young age. The Bible tells us that his father loved him immensely and even favored him, very likely because of his godliness. I think of Charlie a lot when I think of men like Joseph. And Joseph was demonically persecuted by his brothers. His brothers actually wanted to kill him, but instead they sold him into slavery. And you guys know the story. He spent the better part of 30 years of his life in slavery and in jail, falsely accused of things that he had never done. And all throughout that time, it was very obvious that he loved God, because he was very open to God's voice and he was very used by God. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, Joseph ends up becoming the greatest ruler that probably ever lived in the known ancient world during that time. He was second in command in Egypt as a result of all that he went through. And Joseph gets reunited with his father, Jacob, later on Israel. And in that moment, there's this joyful, gleeful, happy, wonderful thing that they're all going through, because their lives are saved as a result of Joseph being the leader of Egypt. Jacob dies. I think I just said that. Maybe I didn't. Jacob dies. And when he dies, his brothers go back, Joseph's brothers, Jacob's sons, go back to Joseph and they say, now that our dad's dead, look, we don't want to die. Don't kill us. We still will ever forget what we did to you. But just don't do anything to us. We'll be your slaves forever. Joseph says something pretty remarkable. He says this. He says, I'm not going to do anything of a sort. I'm paraphrasing this. He says, I'm going to love you. I'm going to take care of you. And here's the reason why. Genesis 50:20. Charlie and I used to talk about this verse a lot. A lot. He said, what you meant for evil, God took and he used for good. to save a whole generation, like literally to save a whole generation. Boy, I got news for you. I don't even want to talk about the animal that killed him. I don't want to talk about any of the other nonsense that people are talking about, these crazy psychotic people that are saying the most insane things on the internet. Let me encourage you all to think about one thing, and that's this. It has nothing to do with any of them. Charlie is alive now more than he ever has been, and none of this has anything to do with anybody involved in any of this. Believe it or not even Charlie. Why? Because God took what these evil people meant to harm Charlie, to harm our nation. Charlie was a national treasure. To harm our president, to harm everybody, every single American. It hurts everybody. Left, right, doesn't matter. God is going to take this and he's going to use it for good. He's already used it to save a generation. What they call the Gen Zers, look at how quickly they're turning to the Lord as a result of this. I'm begging you, everybody that watches me, left, right, I don't care who it is, do not make this about what happened. Look at it from the perspective of God's sovereign and mighty hand that will take something so tragic and will use it for his glory. Don't forget it. Genesis 50:20. I'm not thankful for the terrible thing that happened. But I am thankful. I am thankful for what the Lord is doing with it. Erica's an amazing woman. God's going to use her in ways you can't even imagine. I know more than most. God is going to use those precious babies. And God is going to do something with our nation that could have never been done had it not been for the life of Charlie. So, here's my encouragement. Genesis 50:20. I know that Charlie would want me to say something like this. We are not going to make this about what happened. We are going to make it about what God is doing. Jump on the opportunity to run like you've never ran before and glorify God. It's about him. And pray. Pray that God use this to bring a spiritual awakening. And pray that God uses this to do what I know he will do. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm not going anywhere, obviously. When you see me not in social media, not doing all this talking about any of this, understand I'm doing this because I have a mission related to this that I cannot allow to be affected. And it's an important one, and it's one for the long term. So, look to the Lord because he's faithful and he's good. I love you guys.